Hello, my name is Ardaya Anindita. I am student from uh, ITB Institut Teknologi Bandung Business Administration uh, Master Program, and this is the midterm exam of Economics and Business Landscape Analysis with with the topic Macroeconomic Analysis in Energy and Sustainability, and the subject is EV and Sustainable transportation related to microeconomic barriers to the electric vehicle adoption in Indonesia. So this is the background of the EV Indonesian EV adoption urgency. The first is EV adoption will reduce air pollution and carbon emission in Indonesia significantly. And then the second is EV adoption will reduce Indonesian gasoline import and will reduce the foreign currency dependent if it came from the USA or Middle East country. And then the third is Indonesian government EV adoption target in EV charging development growth target. And this is the example of the uh, life cycle emission from the EV in China, India, UK, and USA. So this is the background. Indonesia is the sixth largest contributor of CO2 emission in the world. And then this is the reference related to the uh, Indonesian oil net imported. So if we will reduce 30,000 kiloliters from the single EV factory. So this is the CO2 emission comparison from EV and fossil car. This the example is from Nissan Leaf compared to Fiat 500. This is the first year, second, third, until the 15 years. So this is in the United States of America national grid, electricity grid. So the EV electricity majority came from still fossil fuel power plant. It's quite similar to Indonesia electricity grid. So this is the literature review of microeconomic aspect from consumer and manufacturer EV seller related to the EV adoption. First is EV price and total cost ownership, and then the second is EV charging infrastructure readiness from PLN or Pertamina or a private company EV charging station, and then the third is EV brand and product type market share related to the consumer preference and brand competition. And then after self-service, battery warranty is the most expensive component in EV, as we know. And then after self-service, spare part availability, local production, or import material constraint. And then the brand full of Indonesian EV market related to the open factory in Indonesia. And then the last one is government policies and supporting. This is my smartphone capturing. This is several Indonesian EV charging station provider in my smartphone. We have PLN Mobile, and then from the private company we have TerraCharge and Voltron. So this is the Indonesian EV adoption macroeconomics analysis aspect. EV price related to the total cost ownership from battery warranty and government policies and supporting. So this is my EV at home as the EV owner. Macro and economic barriers of my EV adoption is first is high investment costs compared to the operational costs. So high capex compared to the opex due to electricity regulated price, tax incentive, and battery lifetime warranty with special condition. As we know, NETA in Indonesia is 30 or 50% more compared to the original price in China. So, but it compensates with regulated price, electricity regulated price, tax incentive, maybe from 2 or 3 million rupiah tax, annual tax. It decreased to 400,000 rupiah. After self-service issue from the battery warranty as the most expensive component in EV, but several brands like NETA give lifetime warranty for their 1,000 first customer, and then the after self-service issue related to the spare part availability. So the local production will make customer relief compared to the import spare part. This is my NETA EV, and then this is the wall charging at home. And then the next aspect is EV charging infrastructure readiness from PLN, Pertamina, or private company EV charging station. And the left is PLN EV charging station. This is from our mudik station from Jakarta to Palembang. As we know, is several many EV charging station from Jakarta to Palembang. And this is TerraCharge provider that already deploy massive EV charging infrastructure at the right. The next analysis aspect is the EV brand and or product type market share related to the consumer preference and brand competition and EV population growth. This is the Indonesian EV sales. From the highest is Wuling, BYD, and then BMW, Chery, MG, Morris Garage, Hyundai, NETA. NETA brand is the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then Citroen, Toyota, Mini, and the other brand. So this is the Indonesian EV sales growth from 2022 and then 2000 until 2024, from 1% growth to 4%. I think it will 10 or 20% in the next 10 or 20, next 10 years. Brand fullness of Indonesian EV market for the open factory in Indonesia aspect. this is the recent news. So we have already 7 brands in Indonesia that already opened the factory, from BYD, Citroen, Ion, Maxus, Geely, Finfast, and VW. Uh, uh, with the investment around 15 billion Indonesian rupiah, 15 trillion Indonesian rupiah, and this is the Ion GAC, Ion Indomobil factory launching, the manufacturer launching. So this is the conclusion or the recommendation of Indonesian EV adoption microeconomic analysis. First is additional subsidies and expansion of fiscal incentive as usual, and hopefully more. And then the second is strengthening public perception through zero emission campaign and strengthening the EV ecosystem in Indonesia. And then the third is development of charging station and wall charger based in residential area. And then the fourth is addition of out and event area, except for the EV, in Jakarta and major cities of the island of Java. I think Sumatra next, perhaps Bali and Sumatra after the Java. Perhaps this is my service recommendation or conclusion, but I think this is give a significant role for the EV development. And then this is the Indonesian massive EV adoption effect. Hopefully, first is air pollution and carbon emission significant reduction, and then third is Indonesian oil import and foreign currency dependent decrease, and then the third is Indonesian EV ecosystem massive industries. So thanks for your attention, and that's the end of my presentation, and this is my reference. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.